Hey y'all, it's East Texas Thermal Hunter coming at y'all today to talk about the new InfiiRay Bolt TL35 thermal rifle scope. I've had the pleasure of being able to hunt with this for the last month or so. I've been able to get some hog drops, some coyote drops, good footage of some deer. Overall, I really like this scope. I think it's a good option for thermal scopes. It's a great option on the market right now. I'm going to go over a couple features with you about the scope, kind of some of my pros, some of my cons. How I like to use it, things like that. So first thing I want to call out is I do like this button control on top. You got this orange button that powers on the unit. You've got a palette button which allows you to change the palettes. This scope has 5 color palettes. It's got black hot, white hot, color hot, red hot, and then highlight mode. It's also got the ability right here, this button right there by your eye. This allows the user to take a quick image or start their recordings or stop their recordings. And then you've got the 4th button on this control is for brightness. I personally don't use this button too much because I generally don't mess with the brightness of my screen very much. But if you want to have quick access to either brighten or reduce or increase the brightness of your eyepiece screen, you can do it very quickly from this button on the eyepiece. One thing I also like about this is it's got the turret. This turret on top allows you to zoom in and zoom out while you're looking through the scope. And then if you press it, long press it, it brings up the menu and you can scroll up and down to go through your menu items in the menu, and you can quickly accept a menu item by pressing top. This is important to me because I'm a left-handed shooter. So a lot of scopes have things more for right-hand dominant shooters. This scope, having it mounted in the middle, allows you to be a left-handed shooter and a right-handed shooter and very easily zoom in or zoom out of the scope, as well as navigate the menu for the scope. Another thing that I really like about this scope particularly is it has an internal battery and it has the option for an external battery. That's important to me because I hunt every night and I do a lot of night hunting. I do like hunting tournaments. So some nights I hunt for a few hours, some nights I hunt all night from dusk to dawn. This scope right here allows me to do that. It's got the internal battery. What I'm getting on it right now, I'm getting about 8 hours on the internal battery, and then you have this option to unscrew this turret and put another battery in there. This battery port that allows you to put a battery in it, it takes 18500 batteries. So that's a common battery you can order on Amazon or get at a store, very cheap, and this will give you about another 2 or 3 hours of runtime on the scope. It's got a 35 millimeter objective lens. It's got a protective cap on it that allows quickly to open and close to protect your lens while you're in the field. It's got a 384 by 288 thermal core, 12 micron, and an NETD value of 40 or less. That's a very good thermal core. It's got a very good image. I really like the image quality on it. Another feature I really like, it's got 30 millimeter rings on it, or it allows to be used with 30 millimeter rifle scope rings. So what I have on it is I have an American Defense 30 millimeter QD mount. I put these on a lot of my scopes. I really like them. They hold zero after removing and putting back on after zeroing. I trust these devices. These mounts. They're great mounts. So that's a plus to me to be able to use such a high quality mount with this scope. Allows me to have insurance that as I move it from different rifles, I know my zeros are still on target. It does, another thing that I'm really a big fan of, it has built-in video recording. To me, that's important. I like to make content for my YouTube channel and for my Instagram channel for y'all and just show you what the scopes can do and my hunting with them. So video recording is very important to me. This does have built-in video recording. Now, the one thing it does not have is it does not record audio through the scope. Now, InfiiRay has an InfiiRay Outdoor mobile app for your cell phone, Android and iOS, and you can pair that mobile device with this scope and use it as a viewfinder. You can see what's going on in the scope through your mobile app. You can stop recordings. You can take a picture. So all of that you can do through your app. Now, the benefit of using the app if you want audio is if you have your phone paired to the scope while you're hunting and you take a video either through the scope or on your phone, it will use the microphone in your phone to record audio. So you will get the video from the scope and then the audio would come from your phone's microphone, but you would be able to have audio for that too. And so when you take the video off, transfer it, you'll be able to get the audio from the mobile app that way. Trying to think of things that I'm not a huge fan of on this. To me personally, the eye relief is a little interesting. It's more like a traditional daytime rifle scope, meaning that you need to be positioned right behind it at the correct eye relief. If you're a little off center, left or right, the picture blacks out, meaning that the screen doesn't go off or anything. It's just you can't see it with your eye. That's very similar to daytime scopes. If you're not lined up, you'll notice that your picture is black or cut off because you're not seeing through the scope correctly. You notice this more when you're kind of looking to it free for all like this. When I have this mounted on a rifle, either an AR platform or a bolt gun, I don't see any problems with the eye relief. In fact, the eye relief is really good, especially good on a bolt gun. Now this form factor to me is more specifically built for accommodating bolt guns. I run it on bolt guns, I run on ARs. It's great for both. The eye relief is awesome. It's just a little bit different than on some of the other thermal scopes I've used in the past or that I currently hunt with, that you don't have to be as lined up to see the picture. I think the image quality on this is great. I've got a couple videos for y'all showing, some pigs up close, some hogs up close, some deer at like 30 and 40 yards, as well as shooting at coyotes out at 150 yards. I like the magnification of this scope a lot. This is a 3x12, so the base magnification is 3. To me, my preference is to hunt with 3. I like 3 for the fact that it gives me a lot of field of view farther away without having to zoom in, as well as when I'm hunting in the 50 to 60 yards, 40 yard range, I still have plenty of field of view to take running shots after making my first shot and not having a hard time following targets as they're on the move. Couple things else that I'd like to point out is that the adapter of the power cord on this one is not a USB mini, it's a USB-C. So that's also a really good connection, makes it really easy to hook it up to your computer to get your videos off if you don't want to use the mobile app, as well as you can charge the scope directly from this port. So my overall opinions and my overall review of this is I think the InfiiRay Bolt TL35 is a very good scope. It retails for $32.99. I think that's a very, very fair price for all the features that you get. The image quality is exceptional. I like the magnification. I like you being able to use 30mm rings. I like the Ambidextrous Turret for controlling the scope and zooming. All around a great scope. I've really enjoyed hunting with it. I will continue to hunt with it and continue to get more video for y'all. If y'all have any questions about this scope, please feel free to reach out to Outdoor Legacy Gear at 877-350-1818. And you can talk to Jason or you can talk to Hans. If you don't want to call, please go check out our website at outdoorlegacygear.com. I will put the link to this scope from Outdoor Legacy Gear's page in the description of this video so you can jump right to this scope. If you want to make an order, you can order on the line on our website. You can also call Outdoor Legacy Gear and go ahead and place an order with Jason or Hans. Really appreciate y'all checking out my videos. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel if it's something you enjoyed. Please check out my Instagram at East Texas Thermal Hunter. Thank y'all for your time. God bless. Keep knocking them pigs down.